MJ3895. Louis George, 1996 Mustang, engine number 3456. That is a designated area that was some codes were moved over, and you're parked there. We need to get you to move, please.
wild. Is this the... Oh my lord, what is happening here?
That's the hydraulic. That's what sends the pressure to the
That's
wheels.
what's happening.
It makes them go up and
And
down.
these are all batteries?
Yeah, it takes a lot of batteries.
It takes a lot of batteries.
You gotta lift the whole car up and down.
When are you going to turn it on? But again, to turn it off on our channel, I mean the show is ending, you might as well wrap it up.
You're probably gonna wait till it's over for about
5, okay. You're going to be on? Okay, I love what's happening behind me. It's absolutely brilliant. It catches anybody's attention as soon as they walk into the show. Now I've convinced Ronnie, the owner of this awesome vehicle behind me, to tell me a little bit more about it. Before we get into the fact that it's off the ground, Ronnie, thank you. What's the make and model?
It's a 1964 Chevrolet Impala.
Nice. And what have you done to it without the hydraulics?
Well, I mean, it's been basically a full frame off restoration. So we took the whole body off the frame, you know, put all new floors, quarters, everything to it. Actually reinforced the frame for the hydraulics.
Yep.
All the suspension parts and components are all reinforced.
It's brilliant. You've done such a good job of it. What was it like when you first got it?
When I bought it, it was kind of, I bought it in boxes. So when I picked it up, yeah, it wasn't very much of a car. So,
Wow. You built it all together yourself?
From the ground up, yeah. A friend of mine painted it. His name's Luther. He painted it here in Columbus. I'm from here in Columbus, so
Okay.
he painted it. And then I have a shop. We really assembled everything. I had a couple other hands. My buddy Matt Crabtree helped me a lot with the hydraulics. Motor swap. It's got a LS2.
LS2?
Yep, out of a Corvette.
Out of a Corvette. Love it.
Is this your car? Yes, it's beautiful. I love it.
So
Brilliant.
it's all fuel injected, so everything's modern on it.
Yep.
We put disc brakes front and back on it, so it just runs and drives good.
Oh, it's just amazing. How long did it take you?
About 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the obvious. I mean, I've
hydraulics.
seen hydraulics of cars getting lifted off the ground
Yeah.
and lifted down, but what are you doing here? Because this is not normal.
Oh, it's a little bit of three-wheel motion, you know.
Say it again,
It's
three-wheel motion.
It's three-wheel motion. Usually we do it while we're driving, but you can do it on Impalas sitting still. It attracts the crowd. People, you know, they're all amazed that the car can stand on 3 wheels like
Now,
this.
this engine is big and it's taken a lot of the room.
Yep.
Hence, you've got the hydraulics in the boot.
Yep. Everything's all in the trunk. It's got a 2-pump setup in it.
Let's go have a look.
Okay, come on, check it out.
This is just brilliant. Look at this. I mean, okay, so you've got 2 pumps there.
Yep, 2 pumps. It's got 10 batteries.
Why 2 pumps and not 1?
Well, 1 pump, well, usually, so you can control these a couple of different ways. Usually use 1 pump for the front, 1 for the rear.
Okay.
For the guys that like the extreme, they like it fast, they'll put 1 pump per corner. So you'll see them with 3, 4 pumps, 6. I've seen them with
And then
6
that's
pumps.
and then that's the ones that bounce up and
they
down.
go crazy, yeah. I got some buddies, their cars hop over 100 inches in the air.
Oh,
You can
wow.
literally stand under them while they're hopping. But you wouldn't want to do that.
No. And so many batteries.
So many batteries. It does take a lot of voltage to run this.
Why?
You don't have to necessarily have a lot of batteries.
Okay.
But the more batteries you have, the more power the system can create.
The more power to the hydraulics?
Yep.
Okay.
And the more power you put to it, the faster it works.
I never knew that. So hydraulics normally uses the battery to be powered?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So
Now-
it's just a fact whether you see a bunch of batteries or a little bit. I've got, again, friends, you know, this is 10 batteries. I've seen 24 batteries in the
Wow.
trunk before. Yeah,
Wow.
they're really heavy though. So
Because the hydraulics, I understood it uses fuel or air.
the hydraulics is a fluid. Yep, it's a fluid-based system.
Yeah. And it gets powered with the batteries.
Gets
not the
power with the
engine.
batteries. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, show me the interior, sir, if you don't mind now.
So I just redid the interior, all factory.
Yep.
I used to do a lot of custom interiors. Problem what I had when I did custom interiors, it always would date the car.
Yeah.
So if you do an original style interior, it's timeless. You know, you won't lose this.
Exactly.
And it's always, you know, always looks good. You know, and it's got a kick-ass stereo system.
Oh, I can see you've got amazing speakers there. And the hydraulics, they're the buttons?
Yep, those are the switches for it.
They're the switches for it.
Controls front, back, and then each rear corner, and that's how I get the three-wheel motion out of it.
Now, Ronnie, I hassle a lot of people in my interviews, so here's the part where I'm going to hassle you.
All right.
Turn it on, man.
Go ahead.
Turn it on.
Oh, I had to shut. Let me.
So what does it involve? If you were to turn it on now, what does that
I need
involve?
to close the whole car up before I do anything, because I can't do it with the hood up.
Okay.
It'll chip, chip paint and stuff
Of
like
course.
that.
So we shut the hood.
Yeah, we shut the hood in the trunk, and I can raise it up a little bit. I'm parked in a bad spot.
Are you?
Give me a second. Yeah, we can do it.
All right, you take your time. Thank you. And I'm sure the crowd around me would want to see it as well.
Everybody always wants.
Yep. Oh, look at that hood. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, you're good.
Now obviously we're going to get a crowd around us to get this one to bounce and dance, so it's pretty exciting.
It's on a hill, though. I can't really do too much.
Far out.
Oh, yeah.
That's insane. That's insane. You just lifted the car up with one hand. That's it. You're a strong man. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. And look how good it looks even when it's just sitting.
Huh? 7 out. It ain't ready, man. Better get it together. I ain't heard from you in a little while, man. I'll get ready to call you.
I appreciate that, man.
Hey,
Thank you
no
so
problem.
much. Thank
What's
you.
the channel?
It's Rana's Radar.
Rana.
Yours? Well, I know it doesn't mean as much as winning Street Rod of the Year. Real film. It's inside yesterday. I can't wait to see it out in the sunlight. It's just stunning.
How you going, Jeff? Beautiful, beautiful 34.
Thank you.
And I can see it's won some awards, but why don't you come and tell me a little bit more about the car and what makes it so unique, besides the fact it looks very unique and it stands out. It is unique.
This is what she looked like when she came from Australia.
Wow, and how long ago was that? Because it would have been a while.
Yeah, so we think it's been in the States since the 60s at least.
Okay.
But when they took it apart, they found 2 Australian pennies from the 50s.
The time when we had pennies.
And they're big. They're about that big around.
Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't seen one.
But they have a kangaroo on them.
Of course.
Yeah.
We still have the kangaroo on the dollars.
Do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
on the dollar coins, the kangaroo is still
Yeah.
there. So this came from Australia because it was manufactured by Holden, which is an Australian company,
For
and
Chevrolet.
sadly for Chevy. Yep.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it's closed now.
So this was, they made 31 of these in
Only
1934.
31.
This is
Only-
number 29.
We've got the 29th one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took pictures.
We couldn't find any of the American-made ones, so happened to just run up. This was in a garage in Connecticut.
Okay.
It was a running, driving car.
It was a running and driving car. And when did you come across it?
I think it was somewhere around 2012.
Okay. And it was still running and driving.
Yeah.
And that was in its original condition.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So then we took it to Roadster shop, and they scanned the whole car, and this green is the original car lines.
That's unique. So
Yeah.
that's a professional restoration shop,
So Roadster shop builds suspensions and
Yeah.
chassis.
and they use computer technology
Oh,
to
yeah.
scan the car to see exactly what it needs.
Correct. So then they built an all one-off chassis that
Wow.
you see. So with some incredible stuff. Took them a year
Okay.
of engineering.
Wow.
And then the rest is history. The engine, everything you see is handmade one-off stuff.
And what is the engine?
Started life as a LS3,
Yeah.
Chevrolet LS3, but the engine was built by Keith Dorton, who has built race car engines in Charlotte, South Carolina, or North Carolina. And then Alan Johnson did all of the intake manifolds, so that's actually an electronic fuel injection
An electronic fuel injection.
that looks like it's mechanical. You don't see any wires because we cast our own intake manifold.
So educate me, please. What are we talking about when we say electronic fuel engine?
So a computer runs it. So your car that you drive every day has electronic fuel injection rather than a carburetor.
Okay.
So we cast our own intake manifold. There are 2 of those in existence. So we cast 2 of them in case we broke one.
Wow.
And then all of the wires are underneath the motor.
So does that mean that this car would not have a carburetor?
There's no carburetor. Those look like what are called Hilborn fuel injection stacks. So it was mechanical fuel injection back in the day of 60s. Very high horsepower drag cars. But so it looks like that, but it's
Yeah.
actually electronic. So old style, new technology.
New technology, so it runs very smooth.
Yes.
And is it your driver?
Well, we're not driving it right now.
No.
Yeah, it's too pretty right now.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
Too many parts, then we're too busy collecting awards. So.
And it's too new, so let's just
It's only
keep it.
It's only been shown publicly since January. So
Okay, you're definitely not driving it.
yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, everything you see is the mechanical work, all the metal has been reshaped by our shop in Wichita.
And
It's amazing work.
were you looking for a car like this, or a Holden made car, or how did you come across it?
I wasn't looking for a Holden car necessarily. I
Yeah.
was looking for a Chevrolet Roadster.
Okay.
I didn't know when I decided to build one that they only made less than 1,800 of them in the U.S. and there was wood in them. So
Wood.
So every hot rod you've seen
Yes.
normally is a Ford because they had gone to metal,
Yes.
and so there's none to be had. And so I looked for over 2 years trying to find one,
Yeah.
and just literally stumbled on late one night going through pages of internet chats. One that was in a garage, and a widow was selling it, and so I called the number, and it was a lawyer,
Yeah.
and he says, well, she doesn't want to sell it to anybody that's going to cut it up. I said,
Okay.
"Oh, really?" Tell her I'm going to put it next to my all original 32 Chevrolet sedan, which I do. I have a
Nice.
32 Chevrolet sedan that's got 22,000 miles on it. All
Oh,
original.
you've had it. You're the only owner that has had it.
I'm the 4th owner.
4th owner.
I
Yep.
didn't buy it new in 32.
No. But
I look
sometimes
old, I'm not that old.
no, of course not. But sometimes it gets passed down from generations,
Yeah.
from grandfathers and stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe it'll be kept in the family.
Yeah.
You definitely don't look like you've been born in 32.
So he went back to her and
Yeah.
she said okay. So it literally did sit next to that car for a couple of years while we were getting our ideas down.
Well, you stay true to your word.
Exactly. And then we proceeded to do some massaging.
Fair enough. Well, you stay true to your word, so she can't say that you didn't.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant. So what color is this? I feel like it's a bit navy, a bit black.
So my favorite color is blue.
Okay.
And we wanted a blue that just had a little smoke to it, a little, just a tad of metallic. And so the shop in Wichita went through a lot of paint samples, mixing and matching, and then I walked around with these swatches for a couple of days in the sun, in the light.
Yep.
And then we picked this color.
It's very nice. And what about these on the rims here?
So these wheels, of course, are custom done, but they are not real knockoffs. If you look here, there's a little seam. When this turns off, this plate comes off and your lug nuts are underneath there.
Oh,
So
okay.
they look like they're
Well, I thought, you know, maybe there's a tool that goes in
Right.
there to open it, but okay.
it's a trick.
It's a trick. It looks good. It looks good. And tell me about the awards you've won.
So in January we won America's Most Beautiful Roadster
Okay.
in Pomona at the Grand National Roadster Show. That's the oldest hot rod show in the country, been going since 1950, and we were only the second Chevrolet to win that.
Wow.
And then yesterday we won Street Rod of the Year.
Congratulations again. That's definitely something, and yeah, it's unique.
Thank you.
It's unique, and it's rare. It's rare. I mean, from only having such a little in the stock, for you to have the 29th one ever made. Beautiful. Well, I appreciate that, Jeff. So
Thank you.
are you going to be keeping your other one as an original, or would you restore it?
Oh, the other Chevy?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's always will be.
Well,
like
if
she
it's
is.
fine and if it's running, then don't touch it,
Yeah.
because it's just going to
It
get
only has
more and more.
22,000 miles. It's
Yeah.
original paint, everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one stays.
that's awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
You bet. Thank you.
Cheers.
Also, folks, we have a motorcycle parked outside of the Cardinal Gate next to the yellow tent ticket booth. We need to get that moved right away. It's Ohio Bicentennial Motorcycle Plate, birthplace of aviation. License plate Q6EK. If you have a motorcycle with the license plate Q6EK, you're parked outside of the Cardinal Gate. We need to get you to move it right away. Thank you.
How you going? Good, thank you. Very nice. 68 Mustang.
Been a long, hard trip to get it here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Where'd you come from?
Well, I came from Tennessee, but to get the car to where it is,
Yep.
it's been an uphill battle. But it's here, finally, in one piece.
It's a beautiful 68 Mustang. Anytime you've got a muscle car and it's black, it's somehow, it just stands out even more. All right, let's go find the owner. David, how you going? Very nice.
Thank you so much.
Very, very nice. And you're in the middle of
I'm just
polishing it up?
knocking the dust off of it. Been sitting here for 3 days.
Fair enough. And that's the thing with black. It looks nice, but you've always got to just
Gotta
keep cleaning it.
keep it clean.
So how long have you had this for?
28 years.
28 years. And the exact model is the 68?
The 66 fastback.
66 fastback.
It started its life as a 2+2 fastback.
What's a 2+2 fastback?
The 2+2, the 289 2-barrel 4-speed.
Okay, so that's how the car started its life. What's happened since then?
Well, since then, I inherited the car 28 years ago from a mentor that we built in 1965 together. So when I was a troubled youth, he got my attention by building the 65 Mustang. So when he passed 29 years ago, he left his kids all of his inheritance money and left me the car in the condition that you see it in the pictures on the dashboard.
Okay, let's have a look at these pictures. Oh wow. You've done a lot.
Yes, it's come quite a long way.
You've done a lot. Look at that. Couldn't even recognize it being the same car.
Well, I built it the way he would have wanted it built.
Okay.
He loved black cars. He didn't like emblems. And he didn't like mirrors.
I didn't even notice. There's no mirrors.
No mirrors, no
There is.
emblems.
There's no mirrors.
Behind you does not matter.
That's right. That's what he always told me. You're looking ahead, not behind.
Oh wow, that's very neat.
So it's the interior was done by Stevens Brothers Interiors in Nashville, Tennessee. The blue denim on the interior is a homegrown plant-based natural dye from Stony Creek Colors in Springfield, Tennessee.
Okay.
That's part of my family company with my wife is the primary owner, but we grow indigo. We make all natural dyes for textiles.
That's great. I mean, especially for vegans. That's
Correct. And it's environmentally safe. There's no toxins in that fabric whatsoever, as if formaldehyde, cyanide, and other things that they use to break, get
all the
the
chemicals
extractions.
that they do. Yep. Yep. That's great, and it looks very nice.
Yes.
It looks very nice. Is it very comfy?
Yes, I moved the seats back to fit my long legs, and they're nice and plush, and yep, it's an
Wow.
incredible car to drive.
Now, you drive this. This is your driver,
Not daily driver.
not
no.
the daily driver. Okay. Has I mean, as someone who's new to the States, living here, I've been here before, but has any of the cops or police stopped you about having no mirrors?
No, not at this point.
That's great.
I'm waiting for that though.
You think it'll happen?
Probably.
They might say something, but it looks good. And that's the thing with these restoration stories. That's the first I've heard of a mentor passing it on. And it's always nice to hear it's been inherited from the family, or it was a father's, a grandfather's, but for you it was your mentor. So
Yes.
this means a lot, because obviously the
Well,
person had a big influence.
His daughter drove 6.5 hours, left on Friday night, drove 6.5 hours from Virginia to be here on Saturday to see the car for the first time
Oh wow.
since her father passed 30 years ago. So
And
she
it's
was-
nice you've been in touch with the family still.
Oh yeah. I made them a part of the whole thing,
That's so nice.
front to end, so they're excited. I'm excited.
And they came yesterday, so they saw the car?
Came yesterday, drove 6 hours, came here to the show
Wow.
for 5 hours, turned around and had to drive all the way back.
And what did they say?
They were blown away.
Yeah. Yeah. And you did the restorations yourself?
No, I had the body work done with Mid-Southern Restorations in Cookeville, Tennessee. A lot of the engine compartment stuff was done by myself and a friend, Mike Fraser, and various other people that decide they want to put their hands and their opinions on it. I'm always open.
That's good. That's good, because in the car world, there is so much to know.
You never know it all.
You never know it all. And what competition did you enter for this?
I didn't enter it. I was actually picked from the car show in Nashville, and they provided my passes to bring it to this prestigious group of cars. So I could not say no, and I was honored to do it. So,
well, I'm glad you didn't say no, because now we got to see it, and my viewers get to see it. What show was that in Nashville?
The Goodguys show.
Oh, the Goodguys show in Nashville. Okay, okay, beautiful.
This is only the second show it's been in.
And how are you liking it?
It's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm, nervous, excited all at the same time because of where it's at in the class of cars that it's in. It's pretty hot competition.
Well, there's a lot of nice cars here, but I think there's always, for me, it's always fascinating to hear the story behind it. And no matter how many nice looking cars there might be, or the amount of money that might be under some of the hoods, but what you've got here is very important and significant to you. So, and I'm glad you brought it, and you should enter it in more competitions.
I will.
Yeah. But that's the first I've seen with no mirrors.
None. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good day.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Very nice. Done in 32.8 seconds.